Hi, this is Brandon Smiley from thirstgym.com. Today we're talking about an exercise called the duck walk. While this exercise looks really weird, it's obviously got a weird name. I really like it for some of our youth athletes in terms of developing their hip strength and their grip strength. When it comes to working with youth athletes, we got to think about good quality, safe exercises that's not going to necessarily hurt the kids, but it's very, really simple for them to perform, and we can get a bang for a buck out of it. Many kids have relatively weak hip musculature. You probably know that you're not going to make them squat and deadlift with a barbell and do all these other weird things, but this is a relatively safe exercise. They get it, and it's a good challenge for some of your youth athletes. Obviously, if you have any history or knowledge of strongman, the duck walk implement is basically in strongman as well, where they carry the big weight here and they have to walk around with it or move it a certain amount of distance. You can obviously load this up really heavy also if you happen to be a strongman. So I'm kind of mainly aiming this at the sports performance population, but pretty much everything else would hold still with the strongman community. Obviously, you're just going to get a way heavier load and probably carrying it for a much shorter distance. So what we have here is a kettlebell, and the duck walk essentially is just going to be carrying the kettlebell basically where we would swing it from, so down here about my hips, and we're going to be in a good wide stance, and we're just going to carry it for distance. Super easy to do. Once they pick the kettlebell up, we're just going to be in a good wide athletic stance, and we're just going to carry the weight, obviously for whatever kind of distance we are, back and forth, without a whole lot of like actual walking. Okay, we're going to waddle, and that's going to work on developing the hip strength if we get a heavy enough load. We're talking about working with youth athletes here, so like this is only a 30-pound kettlebell. Obviously, it's not very taxing for me, but you start giving me a 200-pound kettlebell, my hips are going to be having to work in overtime to be able to carry that. This is usually like a filler exercise as well for us. We have our athletes perform exercises in either supersets or trisets. So this is one we usually try to save towards the end. Once we've kind of got our quality moving down, we've done our lunges and our hinging, some pulling, some pushing. You can put this in your carry block because obviously they're having to carry it. And I think many of your athletes will find it challenging once they get a decent amount of weight, or you put it in a group setting and they're doing some kind of medley with it. They'll carry it a little bit faster. Then obviously the great thing for many kids is it develops a decent amount of grip strength. They're having to hold on to a heavy implement, something that's heavier than they probably ever move at any point during their active part of their day. So again, a super simple exercise. When we program these, we usually do these in 25-yard chunks because our turf is 25 yards. So we might do a down or a down and back, and then we pair it with a plank or a dead bug or a face pull, something like that, where we keep them moving. But again, a very simple exercise. Grab the weight, good wide stance, and then you're just going to carry it for the amount of distance or time that you have programmed. So if you got any questions, feel free to leave in the comment section. Thanks. Have a great day.